2025 ain't the year to be blowing cash on overpriced range candy. Guns are expensive ammo, still costs more than your streaming subscriptions combined, and every big-name brand wants you to believe their $2,000 plastic pistol is totally worth it. It's not. But here's the good news. There are still handguns out there that absolutely punch above their price tag. We're talking about pistols that shoot flat-run clean and feel custom without the custom price. Whether you're a seasoned operator, a first-time buyer, or just a sucker for a good trigger and better value, this list is stacked with hardware that delivers the goods. Some are budget bangers, some are tricked-out race blasters. All of them bring serious heat for the money. Springfield Prodigy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't this thing launch with more issues than a celebrity breakup? And yeah, it did. When this gun first dropped, it looked like Springfield was ready to take on the 2011 market with a double-stack optics-ready beast priced at around $500. But the internet lit it up with complaints, reliability issues, finicky tolerances, rough fit, and finish, you name it. But Springfield listened. They cleaned it up. And what we've got now is a seriously underrated performer that brings a ton of value to the table. The Prodigy is optics-ready out of the box, has a bull barrel that adds weight where it counts, and a grip module that feels fantastic in the hand. Magazine compatibility is right in line with traditional 2011 platforms, which is a huge plus if you've already got mags laying around. The trigger. It's not quite race gun spec, but it's crisp enough for carry or comp duty, and with a little work, it transforms. You swap in a lighter spring or polish a few internals, and suddenly this thing's giving guns twice the price a serious run for their money. It's also one of the smoothest cycling 2011s in this bracket. The slide feels tuned, the recoil impulse is soft, and it tracks flat. You could absolutely run this in a USPSA match, or keep it as a bedside blaster. It's versatile, it's reliable now, and most importantly, it doesn't cost $3,000. If you've been itching to get into that 2011 world without draining your bank account, the Springfield Prodigy is finally the gun we hoped it would be. And at this price, it more than earns its place on the list. SAR-9 SOCOM. Time to talk about one of the most slept-on pistols in the game, the SAR-9 SOCOM. Straight out of Turkey and built with input from their special forces, this thing is battle-born and budget-friendly, and it flat-out shoots. For right around $500, you're getting an optic-ready slide, a threaded barrel suppressor height sights, and a flared magwell all standard. That's a parts list that would cost you another couple $100 on most platforms, but the SAR-9 SOCOM ships ready to run. The ergonomics are dialed in tight. The grip texture is aggressive but comfortable, and the contours fit just right. It feels like it was designed for real hands, not a CAD drawing. The trigger is surprisingly solid for this price range, short take-up clean break, and a reset you can feel through your gloves. At the range, this thing is a smooth shooter. The slide tracks well, the recoil is very manageable, and follow-up shots are fast and easy. After a few magazines, it becomes clear that the SAR-9 SOCOM was made to run hard. It's not just a showpiece, it's a duty-grade pistol dressed like a Gucci blaster. The only real knock is light compatibility. The rail is proprietary enough that not all popular weapon lights fit without an adapter. Luckily, most TLRs and Surefires include what you need, so it's not a deal-breaker, but worth knowing. This one's for the folks who want Glock-level reliability with a little more spice and a lot more factory features. If you like performance reliability and tactical flair all without draining your bank account, the SAR-9 SOCOM is an absolute dark horse contender. Bul Armory Apollo 11. Now here's a name that sounds like it belongs on the moon, but trust me, the Bul Armory Apollo 11 is right at home on the range. At first glance, this pistol looks like it should cost way more than it does. We're talking sub $1,000 for a 2011-style double-stack blaster that feels smoother than some guns twice the price. This thing runs tight tolerances right out of the box. The slide-to-frame fit is so clean it glides like butter, and after throwing over 500 rounds through it with no failures, the Apollo 11 earned its stripes as a reliable shoot-all-day kind of pistol. The weight distribution is dialed in, and the cycling action just feels expensive, but again, it's not. So is it perfect? Not quite. The grip module is 3D printed, which might turn off the Instagram gun crowd, and the trigger, while solid, could definitely benefit from a little polish. But here's the deal. Even stock, it runs beautifully. And if you're willing to put in even minor upgrades, a spring here, a buff there, you've got yourself a serious contender in the budget 2011 game. This pistol feels like a smart entry point for anyone wanting to step into the double-stack lane without stepping into bankruptcy. The recoil impulse is light, the ergonomics are dialed, and the performance just feels tuned. It's not flashy. It's not overhyped. It just works, and that's what makes it so dangerous. For anyone who's been eyeing the world of staccatos and prodigies but doesn't want to drop $4,500 and $3,000, the Apollo 11 is your middle ground. It's affordable, it's reliable, and with just a touch of tuning, it becomes a seriously smooth operator. Bul Armory TacPro 5-inch. If you ever wanted the feel of a high-end custom 2011 without dropping staccato money, the Bul Armory TacPro 5-inch might be your dream come true. This thing is like showing up to a track day in a fully built race car and telling everyone you got it for half the price, because that's basically what this gun is. With an MSRP around $2,400, the TacPro is not exactly cheap, but when you compare it to what it brings to the table, it's one of the best deals in the performance pistol world. You're getting a ported slide, bull barrel flared magwell match trigger, and slide-to-frame fit so tight you'll swear it's a hand-built custom. The stippling is aggressive in the best way. The recoil is almost non-existent, and the trigger. There's barely any take-up before you're at the wall, and then it just snaps. No creep, no guesswork, just bang. For competition range flexing or just giving your inner speed demon a reason to smile, this thing runs hard and flat. It's smooth, it's fast, and it doesn't flinch. Honestly, if Bul Armory had slapped a bigger brand name on it, they could have priced it over $4,000 and gotten away with it. But they didn't, and that's what makes this thing special high-end quality without the ego-driven markup. Once you get a taste of how flat this thing shoots, going back to your polymer striker might feel like switching from a Corvette to a lawnmower. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you want to enter the race gun world with something built to compete straight out of the box, the TacPro 5-inch is that gun. Canik METE SFT Pro. Canik just doesn't miss, and the METE SFT Pro proves that once again. If the MC9 is their concealed carry sleeper hit, the SFT Pro is their I want to go fast flagship. This pistol comes fully loaded, ready for competition home defense or just dominating your next range day, all for around $600 MSRP. Right out of the box, you're getting an optic cut-threaded barrel, extended 18-round magazine, and one of the best factory triggers in the striker-fired game. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Trigger Rivals builds that cost twice as much. Clean wall, crisp, break, lightning-fast reset. It's the kind of trigger that makes you accidentally shoot faster than intended. Not mad about it. But it's not just the trigger that shines. The controls are well thought out. Extended slide release, enhanced mag release, and ergonomics that feel natural from the jump. The grip texture gives you just the right amount of bite, and the slide cuts aren't just for looks, they actually make manipulation faster and smoother. On the range, the METE SFT Pro is a laser. The recoil impulse is light, the bore axis is low, and the gun just tracks flat. Add an optic, and now you're really cooking with gas. This thing will have you clearing stages like you've been doing it for years. It's rare to see this level of performance and feature set in a pistol that comes in under $700. If you're looking to step into the competitive shooting world or just want a damn good pistol that's ready to rock right out of the box, the METE SFT Pro should be at the top of your list. This is Canik doing what Canik does best, delivering way more gun than you paid for. Glock 17 Gen 5, love it or hate it. The Glock 17 Gen 5 is the standard, and there's a reason it keeps showing up in holsters all over the world. It's not fancy, it's not flashy, but it runs like a damn tank, and in 2025, reliability still matters more than flash. This latest generation finally addressed some long-standing complaints. The front slide serrations flared, magwell ambi slide stop, and match-grade Glock marksman barrel all come standard now. The trigger. Still meh, but slightly improved. And yeah, you're still upgrading those plastic sights the minute you buy it. But everyone already knows that. Where the G17 shines is in its modularity and legacy of performance. There are endless parts, aftermarket frames, triggers, barrels, and slide options. Want to turn it into a Gucci Glock easy? Want to keep it stock and simple? Still a great shooter. No other striker-fired pistol has this much support behind it. And let's not forget, this thing has been in service with military law enforcement and special forces units for decades. It's passed torture tests, battlefield conditions, and countless years of carry. It just works. At around $550, it's not the cheapest on this list, but it's a known quantity. You're buying decades of proven reliability in a gun that goes bang every time you need it to. And honestly, that's why it's still a top pick for so many shooters. If you've never owned a Glock, this is the one to start with. If you already have one, well, you probably have 5. Either way, the Glock 17 Gen 5 is still the benchmark, and every other polymer pistol is still trying to catch up. Number 6, Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. Oh, for some reason this gun still gets overlooked like it's the backup quarterback in a Super Bowl game. But I'm here to tell you it deserves starter status. First off, the ergonomics on this thing are second to none. The grip angle is money, and the aggressive texture gives you that Velcro for your hand feel perfect for controlling recoil and maintaining your grip under pressure. It comes in several sizes too, so whether you're carrying concealed or want a full-size home defender, there's a flavor that fits. And let's give credit where it's due, the trigger is finally dialed in. That old hinge trigger. Yeah, no thanks. But the 2.0 has a clean break, tactile reset, and a much flatter face that feels great during fast strings. Feature-wise, it's stacked. You've got optic-ready models, suppressor height sights, forward slide serrations, and even some performance center additions if you want to go a little spicy. And at around $550–650, depending on trim, it still hits that sweet spot between affordability and premium feel. This thing runs whether you're feeding it budget bulk ammo or high-end carry rounds. It eats everything, keeps on cycling, and doesn't flinch when it gets dirty. Sure, Glock gets all the attention, but this is the gun you hand to your friend at the range, and they come back wide-eyed like, wait, what is this? It's that good. The M&P 2.0 is a workhorse wrapped in tactical flair. Not as loud on social media, but when it comes down to shooting, it delivers where it counts and does it without demanding attention. Stealth Arms Platypus. Now this one right here, this is what happens when a mad scientist takes a 2011 and tells it to chill on the price tag. The Stealth Arms Platypus is one of the most fun, ridiculous, and ridiculously good pistols I've ever shot. And that's not hype, that's facts. What makes the Platypus special? For starters, it's a 2011-style double stack that takes Glock 17 magazines. You heard me right, no need to drop $90 on proprietary mags. You can feed this bad boy with the same mags you've already got lying around. That alone saves you hundreds over time. Starting price is around $1,400. And even after adding ports, a compensator, and a few other go-fast bits, you're still coming in under what most stock staccatos cost. And the performance flat, fast, deadly accurate. I've got mine ported and stippled, and I swear this thing could race toe-to-toe with a Staccato XC. No joke. The trigger breaks at just under 1.5 pounds, and the reset is so short it feels psychic. It's like the gun knows what you're about to do, and just says, yeah, I got you. The grip module feels natural, the recoil impulse is almost non-existent, and the thing just runs. I've been beating mine up for 2 years, no malfunctions, just a whole lot of fast, stupid fun. And let's not forget you can fully customize this gun on Stealth Arms' website. Choose your slide cuts, colors, grip, texture, sights, you name it. You're building your own dream gun from the jump. If you're looking to dip into the 2011 world without refinancing your truck, the Platypus is the best-kept secret in the game. It's not just affordable, it's damn near elite. Archon Type B. All right, this one right here. It's my personal guilty pleasure. The Archon Type B isn't just a great pistol. It's a mechanical flex engineered for shooters who care about performance above everything else. At around $900, it may not scream budget gun. But trust me, what you get is way more gun than what you paid for. Let's start with the tech. This thing doesn't run a traditional tilting barrel like 99% of striker-fired pistols. Nope, Archon went wild and used a patented non-tilting barrel system that keeps everything tight and exceptionally low bore axis. Translation. This thing shoots flat, like stupid flat. You can dump a mag and your front sight barely wiggles. The trigger is also a standout, super clean, consistent, and easily one of the best factory striker triggers I've used. Short take-up, smooth break, and a reset that just begs you to shoot faster. Even in stock form, it's a racehorse. The grip feels like it was 3D scanned off a seasoned shooter's hand. The texturing, the angle, the undercut, it all just fits. And while I've got mine ported now, even in its bone stock form, this gun impressed the hell out of me. It only holds 15 rounds, which feels a little stingy for the size. Give me 17 and I'd be a happier man. But honestly, that's the only thing I can really knock. Everything else from build quality to shootability is on point. If you want something different, something engineered to run hard and shoot smooth, the Archon Type B is your low-key ticket into top-tier performance without paying race gun prices. It doesn't just shoot better than it should, it makes you shoot better with it. CZ P10. If the phrase Glock killer ever applied to anything, it's got to be the CZ P10. I'm not just talking about the P10C or P10F, either, the whole damn lineup. These guns come in at around $450, and for that price, they straight up outclass a ton of more expensive striker-fired pistols. Let's start with the ergonomics. CZ just gets hand feel. The grip angle is perfect, the texturing is aggressive without being abrasive, and the undercut gives you a solid high grip for recoil control. The stock trigger flat out better than Glock. It's crisp consistent, and the reset is clean and fast. You could run this thing in USPSA out of the box and not feel undergunned. Slide cuts, check. Optics-ready options, check. Ambi controls, you bet. This pistol is built to perform, and it doesn't ask for much in return. One of the best parts aftermarket support is finally catching up. You can mod the slide, the barrel, the trigger, the sights, whatever you want. Or honestly, just leave it stock. It doesn't need much to shine. I tricked mine out with a Cajun Gun Works trigger, a light recoil spring, and a few ports because I'm extra like that. But even before all that, it ran fast and flat. Recoil is soft, follow-up shots are quick, and accuracy is consistent. If you want a polymer pistol that's ready to go to work or crush a range day, the CZ P10 is one of the best values out there. Glock's been sitting on the throne a long time. This pistol isn't just knocking, it's kicking the damn door in. Ruger Security 9. You ever hear the phrase, not a Glock, but kinda a Glock? That's basically the Ruger Security 9 in a nutshell. It's Ruger's humble but deadly entry into the striker-fired world, except plot twist. It's technically hammer-fired. Doesn't matter. It looks like a Glock, feels like a Glock, and costs way less. At around $400, this pistol is basically Glock Gen 3 DNA with better ergonomics and a wallet-friendly price tag. It takes Glock sights and most internal parts, which makes it a modder's paradise. But here's the kicker, it shoots better than you'd expect. A lot better. The grip is a definite upgrade. More texture, better contour, and it just locks in nicely. The slide is easy to rack, the trigger is surprisingly solid, and the thing just runs. I've had people shoot this next to a stock Glock 19 and immediately raise an eyebrow. Like, wait, this is better. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the finish isn't as tough as higher-end guns, and the controls can feel a little dated. But you're also saving $200, $300 compared to a Glock, so cut it a little slack. That price gap leaves you room for upgrades. Slap on a better trigger shoe, a red dot, and a compensator if you're feeling spicy, and you still come out cheaper than a bone stock Glock 19. This isn't a gun that flexes in Instagram photos. It's a workhorse. It's a budget baller. It's the pistol you throw in a truck, beat up train with, and trust to go bang every time. If you're building your first setup or just want a no-nonsense piece that's Glock adjacent without the Glock price, the Ruger Security 9 is the unsung hero you didn't know you needed. Canik MC9. We've made it to the end of the list, and we're closing it out with an absolute pocket-sized powerhouse, the Canik MC9. If you've ever thought budget guns can't hang with the big dogs, this little guy is here to smack that thought right out of your head. At around $350, $400, the MC9 is straight up ridiculous for what you get. It comes optics ready, includes 2 magazines, 10 and 12 rounds of holster cleaning tools, and even a hard case. That's not just value, that's a full-blown starter pack. Now let's talk trigger. Canik has earned its reputation for having the best factory striker-fired trigger in the game, and the MC9 doesn't disappoint. It's got a light break at around 2.5 to 3 pounds, and the reset is practically non-existent. It's so short it feels like a mouse click, and yes, it'll absolutely have you double tapping like a maniac in no time. This pistol is compact enough for concealed carry, but still shoots like a larger gun. It's controllable quick on follow-ups and has an ambidextrous slide release that's massive and easy to work from either side. Add in some solid aluminum sights, and you've got yourself a serious EDC contender that punches way above its weight class. The only gripes: the grip is a little short. Some folks may have their pinky hanging off, and the bore axis is a bit tall. But honestly, for this price point, it's hard to complain when the gun runs this well. The MC9 is a prime example of how much performance you can get without breaking the bank. Whether you're a new shooter or a seasoned range rat, this gun proves that affordable doesn't mean compromised. And that's exactly why it earns its spot on this list. There you have it. 12 amazing guns for the money each one, proving that performance doesn't have to come with a ridiculous price tag. Whether you're after a tricked-out 2011 A competition-ready striker or just a solid workhorse that won't empty your wallet, this list has you covered. The market's flooded with options, but these are the standouts, the ones that punch above their price run hard and feel damn good doing it. And yeah, some of them are flashy, some are humble, but every single one earned its spot. Because in 2025, it's not just about what you shoot, it's about what you get for your money. So, which one would you run? Drop your favorite in the comments, smash that like button if you found something you didn't know you needed, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-deal gun content. Stay sharp, stay safe. Until next time, lock and load.